Alright, so I decided to make a deck builder, but a little different. So here is the project so far, and I'm gonna hit play. And alright, here you have like a normal electrical kind of setup. You got your panel over here with the main breaker, and you got your phase A, B, and C, and they're 20 amp breakers. It's a 50 amp main. Alright, so I decided to take my knowledge in electrical field and make a deck builder. And I'm actually kind of excited on where I've like brainstormed the ideas. So basically, to defeat the level, to win the level, you're gonna have cards and they're gonna go in these slots. But the first round is gonna be phase A, and you're at the the maximum load is 20. So anything over 20 amps, you have a chance to trip this breaker when you turn it on. So you'll lay down your cards in the order that you want them, and you'll hit the breaker. And I have preset values. So you'll see in the bottom corner here when I hit this breaker what I have the amperage for all set to and the trip chance, and we'll see if it trips or not. So say you lay down your cards, and I have this breaker set statically right now to do this demonstration at 27 amps, and it's using an exponential curve to decide. So everything under 20 amps is going to be a 0% trip chance. Everything over is gonna exponentially increment up to 100% at 40 amps, like 98% at like 37 amps or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I have it set at 27 amps. So let's just say I played the cards that will make this 27 amps, right? And this is gonna be the scoring. So you're gonna start at a base 20 amps, or you're gonna start at a zero. Basically, the amperage is going to be the base score, and then you're going to be able to multiply it and do things with the amperage score. And then you have three phases, and that's your 3 turns for the deck building. I haven't gotten the cards set up, and I'm still brainstorming them, but this is basically the idea. And if you max out a lot of your breakers and they don't trip, you have the chance of tripping the 50 amp main. So basically, the gameplay loop that I'm thinking of is you you set up phase A and then you turn the breaker on, see if it turns on. If it doesn't trip, if it does trip, you lose the score for that phase. Um, phase B, same thing. Phase C, same thing. If you get them to not trip, right? Um, anything under 20 amps will not trip it at all. It's a 0% chance. So like you can also use the safe mechanism to your advantage. But say you load these to exactly 20 amps, it's going to put this over here and it's going to make the main have a certain percentage trip chance. If you trip a phase, you lose the scoring for that phase. If you trip the main, you lose the run, right? So it's going to be a roguelike deck builder. And so let's go ahead and hit phase A. Let's just say I have 27 amps worth of cards here. And it held. But down here you'll see phase A held at 27 amps. Trip risk was 39%, right? And the light is very bright. So then you go to phase B. You set up phase B, and like say I scored so much on phase A, and then I set up phase B. Phase B, I think I have set to 5 amps for the static test. So let's go ahead and it's obviously not going to trip because down here you say trip risk was 0. It's at 12 amps, my bad, not 5 amps. But yeah, phase B held at 5 amps, right? Obviously, because it's a 0% trip risk. And then phase C was right at 20 amps, still a trip risk of 0, but played a little bit closer. Now, say like 27 plus 20 is 47. plus 12 is there would have been a chance to trip the main. I don't have that implemented right now. The main is gonna be a little bit different because you're not turning it on. It's gonna be on already, and then I have to code it to check each phase as you flip them and calculate the chances there. But um, yeah, and these brightnesses are dependent on how many amps you're running through them. And let's just see if we can do this again and get the actual trip. If not, I can up the amperage. But yeah, so it's still held. Okay. 39% risk is not too bad. I mean, you can do risky plays, but um we'll see if we can get it to trip after a couple plays. Oh my God, I'm just getting really lucky on the demonstration where I'm trying to show you that it can trip. Oh my God. All right, we're just gonna up this a little bit. So we're gonna go here, phase A breaker, go down. Nope, it's gonna be the game manager. So the static phase, we're gonna do 35, which is also the highest brightness it'll go. So if it doesn't, well, even if it does trip, you'll see it for a second. So let's try this. Yeah, it's gonna trip. 89% trip risk, right? So it tripped at 35 amps, and what you see in the blip was the brightest that it'll ever get. And then you go here and you go here. So I'm actually super excited because like the cards when I start getting into them, you can do like a bunch of electrical stuff, and I'm an electrician, so like this really has my interest. But like you could have like the different phases play into each other, like stuff carry over from phase to phase. I can eventually do like different bosses other than light fixtures. I could do like motors and expand there. It's gonna take a while, and my art style is not that great. Like my panel looks the best out of all the artwork up here, and that's just because I see electrical panels every single day, and I could probably sketch you one by memory. I kind of did that by memory, but I'm gonna up the panel, make it look better in the polishing step. This is trying to just get like the initial idea down, and I'm probably gonna do another devlog when I get some cards and the cards functioning. Um, I am trying to keep this like fun and not spread misinformation. So this is a 277 lighting panel, a 480 lighting panel. So each one of these breakers are 277. The amperage, I'm trying to do the right thing. Like the main breaker, just for the gameplay aspect to like dumb it down a little bit, but still kind of be in the electrical aspect. Like the real electrical realm is, um, like your main breaker is your three phases added together, and that's it's 80% of the maximum, which is usually like when we run a 20 amp breaker, we we do 20% or 80% of the maximum. So we'll only do 16 amps. We'll only put 16 amps on it. That way it doesn't pull over. So kind of like touching base in real electrical. So hopefully it's like a learning thing and a fun game. And then, it's a 277 lighting panel, so you have your brown, orange, and yellow for your phases. And it's just small things like that. Like I really want to make it grounded and electrical. Get it grounded. Um, so I'm not spreading misinformation, even though it is a game. And then it might be a learning experience and a fun game for people. But I'm really excited to start doing the cards, and I really just love the aspects right now, how the breakers can trip. I'll probably put a trip window on them, like in the middle here. That way, when it does trip, you get more feedback than just the breaker resetting and the light coming off. But I plan to add a lot more. Just this is the first. I spent like 2 or 3 hours setting this up, and it's almost a complete gameplay loop. So I'm gonna try to get the gameplay loop out, and then I might let people test it. just with a couple cards just to get a feel of it and give me some feedback, and then just upgrade from there and uh, keep adding stuff and polishing it up. Like the lighting fixtures are not that great. That was kind of thrown together. I want to do a better wiring job and just really have fun with it. So that is all for me for right now. But I will keep updating the devlog. Probably after I get some cards and kind of a half gameplay loop with like a few cards. But thank you for watching.